Hello. So this past weekend was the first ever Webcomics Con in Norwalk, Connecticut, which is a place I had never heard of before, but let's face it, I don't know shit about Connecticut. But I had a great time, and my friends had a great time, and so we were all booked as Super Art Fight. A couple of us individuals were booked as guests as well. Dern, Mikey, and myself, because we have our own comics and our own stuff. So it was great. We didn't really know what to expect. It's the first time they've ever done this convention, and it was a 2-day convention, which I think is, the way to do it, especially if you're just starting out. But the hotel we were booked at, it was called The Dolce, which sounds like a really tasty dessert or a really kinky sex move, or both. But it was a great hotel. It felt a lot like we were having a webcomics retreat in the middle of nowhere. So the hotel is like kind of tucked back in this wooded area, and when we drove up, we had a big ass van that we all rented and piled into. We drove up Friday night, and when we drove up, the path to the hotel was unlit. So you go up the path, and right in front of you is this big spooky barn, which in the daytime looks harmless, but at night, with no other lights around and just the headlights, it looks like, something where you keep, some creepy monster or something like that, a gang of evil rapists or something like that. And so you follow the path around, and it's still unlit, so you got to put on your brights, and you turn the corner, and there's the hotel. And at night, when it's all lit up, it kind of looks like it's from The Shining, and you're kind of creeped out a little bit. But once you get in and check in and all that stuff, it's a pretty fancy hotel. So it was a nice out of the way place. I could see myself going back there for a vacation if I knew what the hell else was around Norwalk. But apparently there are nature trails, and there are bikes that you can rent. And actually they have a full-size basketball court and a volleyball setup, and they have racquetball and volleyball courts and stuff like that. And next to the gym is a pool. So the first night we got there, even though it was midnight, we decided to play some ball and to play some volleyball, and then just jump right into the pool. So yeah, the place was rad. The staff treated us extremely well. A lot of the people that we met were really cool, really excited. There's a lot of good energy. Now, it was a first year convention, so the attendance was pretty low, which meant that sales, at least for me, over the 2 days were kind of bullshit. But it is possible to do well at a low attended convention. My friend Mikey Bracco, he managed to do pretty well, and Dern as well. He managed to do decently sales wise. So I definitely have a lot to learn in terms of tabling and making money and just interacting with people, and I'm not a very good salesman, so that's definitely something I need to work on. But yeah, the convention was great. We did our Super Art Fight Saturday night. We didn't do an Unleashed show, fortunately. I think we would have scared some people. But we did our regular show, and it was a lot of fun. We had that room packed. People were cheering, and they stayed throughout the entire time. Normally when we do a Super Art Fight, we have a number of bouts, and people tend to filter in and filter out, and towards the last bout, we've lost a couple people. This time around, everybody stayed, and I think it's because we did sort of like a King of the Hill type thing. So we had the winner of the first match and the winner of the second match face off at the end. And Chris Hastings from Dr. McNinja participated in the show, and he got it right away. Sometimes we get new artists on there, and they're not really comfortable with the format, but he jumped in, and it looked like he had a blast. He was doing some amazing stuff, and hopefully we can get him back on the show, because he was awesome. So Super Art Fight went well. The show went well. They treated us amazing. I would do the show in a heartbeat. I don't even care that I didn't make any money. Even if I wasn't a guest, I would totally fucking go do the show, because it was awesome. I mean, 2-day show. They treated us really well. You know, the attendees that I had met were a lot of fun. The fellow exhibitors were really cool, and it was a good size. It didn't feel like, you know, they were trying to do too much too soon. The one big thing that I think could be different next year, or that could be improved, is since the hotel was kind of out of the way, it would have been nice to have like some kind of signage off the main drag that said, you know, Webcomics Con. Here's a big Webcomics Con sign, because that's usually the problem with even big conventions. There's not a whole lot of signage, exterior signage, to let you know that, hey, this is the place. Good signs inside, but you know, something outside to let people know when they've gotten to the venue. But yeah, other than that, I'm looking forward to next year. I hope this is a show that grows into something bigger, because I really think that they've got it right. You know, it feels right. You know, they treat their guests right. So yeah, Webcomics Con, I hope you guys do it next year, because I fucking want to go. And if you're in the Connecticut area next year and they do this show, you should fucking go too, because it's pretty awesome. It's a smaller show, so you can actually spend some time with creators instead of feel like you have to, you know, mill about and run away as soon as you start a conversation because they have to make sales. You know, you can spend some time getting to know people and things like that. So yeah. Unfortunately, there was one casualty. My display is kind of in pieces. Like, this CD rack is falling apart, and you can see this whole section is you know, coming apart. There's mud splatter here. This glue shit is no good. So fortunately, I don't have any other conventions until like January or February, so I'll have some time to come up with a better solution. I do like this thing, the rack here, because it's helpful to have like tape or business cards and other things to store here. Easy access that I can hand out or like, you know, do stuff. But this exterior needs either some repair or just a different approach. So we'll see. Display point 2 for next year. And also I need to come up with some new merchandising ideas. My posters, well, my prints, they're kind of printed on some cardstock, and everybody likes them. You know, I get a lot of great compliments. Oh, these look great. This is fun. This is awesome. How do you do this? Blah, blah, blah. And no one ever buys them. So I'm retiring those prints. I might hand them out as gifts or something like that. Like, I might stick them in with the books, you know, when I sell them and things like that. But yeah, those are dog shit. So I'm gonna have to come up with something else. I have some ideas. There's some there's some resin figures that I want to kind of add into the mix. And actually a friend of mine had also offered to do some casting for me. So we'll see what happens. So next year, new merchandise. And yeah. So that's all I got for now. Thanks for tuning in, and yeah, Webcomics Con, awesome. Yes, I want to do it again. Thanks.